Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring, and today it is on, because today I am going to start my campaign playthrough of Space Marine Adventures. If you've never seen Space Marine Adventures before, I have done previous videos on it where I've gone through the rules in detail. However, while it would be great if you did go and watch those videos, it's not absolutely necessary because this is such a streamlined game. I think you will very quickly pick up what I'm doing. No problems at all. For the campaign, I have decided to do an epic campaign, which is 3 missions, and I am going to use the missions from the expansions. So this first mission will be the rescue mission, and then the second mission will be the recon mission, and then the third mission will be the final battle with the Overlord, the Necron Overlord. When you do a campaign, the only real difference is in the way the game works is that if a Space Marine dies in a mission, they are dead for good. You get 1 reinforcement, so if you lose a Space Marine, you get 1 opportunity to replace them. But other than that, if Space Marines die, they're gone for the rest of the campaign. The other thing is, at the start of each mission, you get an additional power card. So if you don't use your power cards in a mission, in the next mission, you'll have extra power cards. If you do use your cards during the mission, it will be replaced for the next mission. The only other thing is that when you play the rescue mission from the expansion, rather than just having a reinforcement Space Marine sitting around, you have to rescue your reinforcement in the first mission. The Space Marine we're going to be rescuing is Brother Frostclaw, the Space Wolf. The 4 Space Marines that I picked at random to go on the mission are a bit of a mixed bag, really. First of all, we have Captain Chogan, my favourite character. He gets 5 actions and he is a beast. Next up, we have Brother Bethor, who has the plasma gun. One of my least favourite characters, so not so keen to see him in the mix. Then we have Brother Infernus, my least favourite character from the base game. So again, not very happy to have him kicking about. And then we have Brother Galius from the one of the expansions. He's pretty cool. So each of these Marines has a always-on special ability that will give them a benefit throughout the game. Captain Chogan can reroll dice that turn up a 1. Brother Bethor can always add 2 to his dice rolls, but if you roll a 1 when doing so, he blows himself up and takes a wound, and you can only take 2 wounds in this game before you are dead, so he's a little bit hit and miss. We have Brother Infernus, who if he rolls a 6, he applies his damage to the target and all adjacent targets, so he does splash damage. And then we have Brother Galius, who gets a free attack action once per turn on any target within 4 spaces. So he's the only character who's really getting extra actions. Captain Chogan kind of gets extra actions in that he can do rerolls, but Brother Galius is the only character who actually gets an extra bonus action. So combined with the fact I have a character here who only has 3 actions, I'm going to be in a little bit of a pinch for getting things done. I've also randomly drawn 8 special power cards and selected 4 from the 8 that I got. For Captain Chogan, I got Blade Master. This says, play this card at any time in his turn until the end of the turn. Each time he attacks a Necron that is adjacent to him, the Necron will be destroyed on the roll of a 2+. So that's very powerful. For Brother Bethor, we ended up with the supercharged Plasma Bolt for his plasma gun. It says, play this card at any time during Bethor's turn to perform a free attack action. If that attack is successful, Bethor can attack another Necron he can see which is adjacent to the Necron that was just destroyed. Keep attacking adjacent Necrons in this way until an attack fails or there are no more Necrons that can be picked. Brother Infernus had a very poor selection to pick from. He picked Rapid Fire, which says play this card at any point during the Space Marine's turn. The Space Marine can take a free attack action at every Necron that he can see that's in range. Unfortunately, Brother Infernus' range is only 3, so that's not going to be particularly effective for him. And finally, for Brother Galius, we have Eagle-Eyed Marksmanship. Until the end of the turn, treat any Necron that he attacks as having a resilience of 1 less than is shown on their card. So those are the abilities we have available at the start of the campaign, and like I say, we will get new ones if we complete this mission and get out. For this particular mission, like I say, it is the rescue mission, so we have to rescue Brother Frostclaw. Brother Frostclaw is going to be on translocation square 2. And then we have a Necron warrior on every other translocation square. The rest of the warriors and some immortals are in the bag of doom. So, the aim of this mission, we have to get to Brother Frostclaw. We have to stand adjacent to him, use an action to roll a dice. If we roll a 5 or 6, we rescue him, he is removed from the board and will be available as a reinforcement in subsequent missions. We then have to get to this space here, where there's a control panel, and activate the control panel with the roll of a 6 using an action. And then it will reveal these 3 doorways. One of the doorways will lead us out, and that's the one we want. And that's it. We're ready to start. The way this game works is that at the start of the turn, we draw one of these cards, and it shows us which Marine is going to activate, or whether the Necrons will activate. In this case, it is our White Scar, our captain. Now, I thought about this in advance. Because he has 5 actions, I stuck him right at the back because I thought that was the best place for him, because it would allow him to get to the front of the queue if he activated early on in the game. So that was fortuitous. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 1 action left. He's going to shoot diagonally to try and kill that Necron that's on the translocation square. He needs a 3+. That's a 5. That's a good start. I should point out that for this campaign, I did not use any advanced cards and I did not use any challenge cards. Those add extra complications to the game. For this playthrough, I wanted to keep it simple, try and minimize the number of things that I forget, because while you're filming, it is quite easy to overlook and forget things, even though you've played the game a million times before. So I've tried to minimize the things that I can forget. Next up, we have a Necron activation. When the Necrons activate, we draw one of these Labyrinth cards. This Labyrinth deck is our timer. If it runs out, it's game over. And we have an upside down card that says Necron Reinforcements. Place a Necron on translocation square 3. Translocation square 3 is here and it is full up, which means we will spawn on every adjacent space in kind of a pandemic type breakout. First, I'm going to spawn above. That's an immortal. They have a 4+ resistance. They're tougher. And then just a warrior here. Next activation is our salamander. Again, I thought about this in advance and I put the salamander right at the front because he only gets 3 actions. He doesn't have anything to kill, so he's going to go 1, 2. Now, I could move 3 and stand him on the translocation square, but that is very dangerous because that could lead to a wound. And I'm in a situation now where I'm playing a campaign and wounds will carry over. Dead Marines stay dead. I don't want that to deal with, so I'm going to avoid unnecessary risks for now. Next, we have our Dark Angel. He gets 4 actions. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Because again, he's going to end up stood on the translocation square, and there's at least 3 Necron activations still in the deck, so it's not very efficient, but I kind of feel like I should just move 1 space for now. I really want to see some Necron activations in the deck so I know what I'm dealing with. Oh, there he is again. Okay. That's one of those things where if I'd have known that was going to happen, I obviously would have moved further on my first activation. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to move up here and start trying to heal Brother Frostclaw. And now we have our Hawk Lord. He gets 4 actions as standard and a bonus shoot. But again, he's stuck all out of the way. All I can do is move forward 2, and that's the best he can do for now. And then we have our Salamander again. These early activations are killing me. I am going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to attack this immortal. I need a 4+. I've rolled a 5, so I do kill him. If that had been a 6, I also would have cleared out this translocation square. That would have been nice. And now we have our Hawk Lord again. He goes 1, 2. And again, he can't go anywhere because he can't stand on a marine. He has to stop before he gets to the marine. You can walk over a marine, but you can't stand on them at the end of your movement. So I'd have to stop on that translocation square, which I really don't want to do. Necrons. They're spawning on 2. Now, spawn point 2 has got our injured marine on it. Now, the rules in the expansion aren't very clear on what you do in this situation, so I'm just going to spawn on either side as if that spawn point was full. Starting on the left. That's a warrior. And then on the right. And that is an immortal. And again, there's only 2 cards left, and one of them is my captain, and one of them is another Necron. Necron Reinforcements on translocation square 1. So that is actually this space here. So I was wise not to leave a marine standing on there, not to move my Hawk Lord onto that space. It is an immortal dropping right in the middle of all my boys. And then Necrons again. And it's translocation square 2. Translocation square 2 is here. We can't spawn any further this way, but we will spawn this way. It's getting busy already. A lot of immortals on the board. And now it's my White Scar. It's Captain Chogan. He's going to shoot diagonally at the guy on translocation square 1. That's a 5 and a kill. He now has 4 actions left. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that's the safest space for him to finish. Nothing's going to spawn on top of him there. If he stood here and I drew translocation square 3, something could spawn on him. And now, that's the end of round 1. That's how quick this game plays. I'm going to shuffle these cards. Beginning of turn 2. And we start immediately with a Necron activation. I'm very concerned at the moment because I've got a lot of guys standing around translocation square 1. If I get a couple of spawns on translocation square 1 early on, everyone's going to start taking wounds. So I need to get those guys spread out fast. The Necron reinforcement card is a reinforcement on translocation square 5. Sorry, that went all out of focus, didn't it? And the token from the bag is... Ooh, I've just realised translocation square 5 is actually full. So what will happen, we spawn on adjacent spaces. So this one will go here on the right. And then I need to spawn here as well. I can't spawn any further this way because I've hit a wall. Really need a plasma bolt to go down that corridor now. Next we have our Salamander. He is going to attack this warrior, needing a 3+. That is a 6. Now what that means is he kills this guy, but he also kills this guy. So that was a big action for that Salamander. That's probably going to be the only 6 you see me roll in this game. I've got 2 actions left. I'm going to go 1 And then I've got range 3. So I am actually going to shoot this guy here. Oh my goodness, that's another 6, which will kill him, but also him. I'm going to assume Brother Frostclaw ducks. Well, I take that back about never rolling another 6 in this game. That was a big turn for my Salamander. That's 4 kills with 3 actions. Go, Brother Infernus. Next, we have our Dark Angel. He has got options. So I've got 4 actions. I could shoot this guy. And then I've got 3 actions. I could move up and try and heal Brother Frostclaw, but that does put me in a dangerous situation if there is another spawn on 2. Yeah, I should point out you're allowed to shoot through other Space Marines. They duck, they get out of the way. I'm wondering if I should kind of get out of dodge a little bit. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And just set myself up to start killing some of the Necrons when they spawn around spawn point 4. Necron activation. And it is a chrono field. The next Space Marine who has a turn, whether in this round or the next, misses that turn. Let's put that there as a reminder. At least nothing spawned. My poor Hawklord misses his turn. And the chrono field is immediately removed. But he gets to go again, so that's fine, isn't it? Right. I get a free shot on anything within 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I might as well take that free shot first. Needing a 3+. That's a 4. That's another kill. My Space Marines are being a bit on form at the moment. But once again, I now have a situation where I'm super inefficient with him. I'm going to go 1, 2. And I'm just going to waste my other 2 actions. Oh well. Necrons again. This time we have a spawn on 6. 6 is down here. So we're going to spawn 1 at 12 o'clock. And then 1 at 9 o'clock. So that's 1 immortal, 1 regular warrior. It's my Salamander again. What can he do next? He's not my choice to go and activate the console, because the console requires you to spend an action to roll the dice, and if you roll a 6, it's activated. Because he only gets 3 actions, he's got less chance of actually activating the console. But he could potentially clear out some enemies down there. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to use my 3rd action to shoot that warrior, needing a 3. Give me another 6. Oh, it's a 5. I can't complain. That kills him. Now, he has an ability that allows him to take a free shot. It's a one-use thing. Sorry, I knocked the camera then because I'm a pro. This ability here allows him to take a free shot on every Necron he can see. So if I can get to this junction, and then we can have 3 Necrons around me, that might be worth spending, because if I can get a couple of 6s, I could do some massive damage there. So that's something to hopefully set up for the future. It's my White Scar. It's my boy. He's got 5 actions, so I'm going to go 1. And I need to roll a 5 to rescue Brother Frostclaw. It's a 2. It's a miss. But there's my 6. So my 3rd action was a success. Brother Frostclaw gets teleported off of the board, and he will be available as a reinforcement for mission 2 or 3 if I need him. I've got 2 actions left. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. Captain Chogan has a range of 4 on his attacks, so I'm going to try and shoot this. Try and clear out translocation square 5. And that's a 4. I have 1 action left, but I don't feel like I need to use it. I don't want to backtrack. I want to get in there and clear out the enemies. Oh, and he activates again anyway, so again, I should have pushed my luck there. 5 actions. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to shoot this guy. Needing a 3. That's a 2. I've got 1 action left. That's a 2. Unfortunately, no 1s, because I can re-roll 1s, but that's it. Captain Chogan let me down a little bit there, but at least he rescued the Space Wolf. Next up, we have our Dark Angel, who has his plasma gun. Now, I could overpower his plasma gun to clear this space, to almost guarantee it would be cleared, because I would get +2 to my dice roll. But it would cause a problem if I rolled a 1, because I'd blow myself up. I'm not going to risk that. I only need a 3 at the moment, so I'm just going to use an action to shoot it. It's a 2. Guess I should have used my bonus. Second action. That's a 4. So that kills him. I've got 2 actions left, so I'm going to advance 1, and then I'm going to shoot this guy. He has survived 2 attacks by Captain Chogan. Let's see if Brother Bethel can finish him off. And he doesn't. That is 3 2s in a row, where if I had been using my overpowered plasma shot, they all would have died. So, fortune favours the bold and punishes people who are scared of rolling a 1, apparently. And finally, we have a Necron activation. And it is Necron Reinforcements on space 4. So I'm very glad that they cleared that space out, because otherwise we would have had an explosion of enemy forces. As it is, we just get 1. And it is an Immortal. And now, it's time to shuffle these again. Turn 3. We start with our Dark Angel. He's right here. Do I overcharge just to make sure I get this kill? No. I'm just going to do a regular shot, needing a 4 on the Immortal. And I'm glad I didn't overcharge, because that actually would have blown up in my face and inflicted a wound. So, having previously said fortune favours the bold, it's now favouring me being a big coward. Second attack, needing 4. That's a 5. I have 2 actions left, and I need someone with 4 actions to get over here. So, 3, 4. Next, it's my Hawklord. My Hawklord is desperate to get into the action. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. He gets a free shot on any enemy within 4. So he's going to shoot here. And that's a 3, which is a kill. But only just. He has 1 action left. And because you can draw line of sight on the diagonals, he can actually shoot this guy. So that's what he's going to do. And that's a 6. My boys are cleaning up. Necrons. And it's a spawn on 4. So having just cleared out 4, they immediately start to repopulate. And it is... it's just a warrior. Necrons again. Let's hope it's not a spawn on 4. It's a spawn on 1. I don't really care about that at all. I'm kind of beyond the point where 1 is a concern to me. And there's an immortal. That's fine. I can leave an immortal sat there all day long, and he's just not going to spawn anywhere else and cause me problems. I'm happy with this. It's my White Scar. What is he going to do? Well, he's going to go 1 across. He's going to shoot this guy for his second action. That's a miss. Third action. That's a hit. I've got 2 actions left. And I think at this point, my best option is to go there. And that's because I'm then covering 5, 2, and 3 if they spawn. I'm basically setting up a kind of fire corridor, an Overwatch situation. Oh, for goodness sake. That's not very helpful. It's really not worth fighting this guy here. It's not worth killing him. And it's not worth really going anywhere else. Do I literally do nothing for my whole round? I'm sure someone will leave a comment telling me that I've overlooked a really useful thing that I could do with this activation with 5 actions, but I definitely don't want to kill him because I'm quite happy for that row to populate. It's not bothering me. I'm covering 2, 5, and 3, which is where spawns are more likely to happen, really. Brother Bethor is going to go down here and deal with these guys. So, I'm kind of just okay with it. I'm going to leave him where he is. Hoglord. He is going to go... One, 2, 3. Shoot this guy, needing a 3. That's a 3. That was his free shoot action, so he's got 1 move left. Was that his first activation this turn? I feel it might have been. So I'm going to move him there. Dark Angel. Dark Angel's kind of in a bit of a no man's land, really. My Salamander's going to move up and cover this this T-junction here. So I think Brother Bethor is going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm being so inefficient with my actions. Salamander. Best thing he can do is just go and stand on the T-junction. Necrons. It's Necron Reinforcements on 4, so that's here. Just a warrior. Necrons again. Reanimation protocols. Until the end of the next round, the resilience of all Necron warriors is increased to 4. Okay. I'm kind of okay with that. Because it's nearly the end of this round. It will be in effect for all of the next round. And then we have our Salamander. He's got 3 actions just to try and take this guy out. Needing a 4 now because of the reanimation protocols. That's a 5. So, I've cleared the board, pretty much, but I'm running very low on Labyrinth cards. I haven't activated the exit yet. This is a bit of a problem. I might have dallied too long. We will see. It's time to shuffle. I feel like this could be a crunch round. My Hawklord, I need to get past this Immortal, activate that terminal, and then find out where the exit is and book it. Luckily, the reanimation protocols are still in play, and they're raising resilience of warriors, so this Immortal, his resilience isn't increased. So at the moment, neither of the enemies on the board have got increased resilience, so that's in my favour, and obviously, of course, there's not a lot of enemies kicking about. Oh, check it out. That's my Hawklord. We're going to start with the free attack, needing a 4. That's a kill, and that is massive, because that has opened up the doorway, and I now have 1, 2, 3, and 1 action left. I need to roll a 6 now. Needing a 6. 2. Not gonna cut it. But at least I'm on the space. So now I just need to keep the Necrons at bay and get somewhere handy close to an exit. Necrons. And they're spawning on 3. 3 is here. And it is a boosted warrior, so he's on resilience 4. Necrons again. Reanimation protocols for Immortals. Immortals now have resistance of 5. Ouchie, ouch. Okay. Oh, for goodness sake. Necrons spawn on 5. It's a boosted warrior. Hawklord. So I have 4 actions. That's a miss. Come on. Get in. How many actions did I use? Got 1 left. And then a free shoot action that I can't use. Okay. Okie dokie. So we need to reveal these 3 exits. And we have... That's still a door. That's still a door, so our exit is actually here. Righty-ho. I guess that's kind of the best place it could have spawned, really. Not in terms of where I've positioned my cards, but in terms of where my guys are, they're all pretty close. We could be alright. Necrons. And it's a spawn on 5. We've already had a spawn on 5, so now we get the big. One. 2. 3. Lots of big, strong Necrons, but I believe we've had 4 Necron activations now, so we should be in the clear a little bit. It's my Salamander. Salamander is going to... It's going to try and clear space 3, needing a... Actually, no, he's the Salamander. He's going to try and kill this warrior, needing a 4. That's a 6. So that will kill him and him. Oh, go Salamander. I've never rolled so many 6s before. Second action, we'll have a go on this guy. That is a 2. He's got 1 more action left. That's another 6. absolutely knocking it out of the park. I'm going to have to change my intro to Always Bored, Never Boring if I keep rolling like this. Next. He's up again. He doesn't have a lot he can do. Should I just start moving him out? Yes, I should. 1, 2, 3. Dark Angel. He's going to go 1. He's going to try and shoot this immortal. The reason being is I don't want things spawning that way. When I was talking about them spawning up and down here, I forgot that they will also spawn this way. So I don't want to block off my escape route. So second action. That's a 4, but he needed a 5. And I did not boost. Third action. Nope. Fourth action. There's a 6. Captain Chogan. He might as well try and mop up some of these guys, I think. So we'll attack this guy. Needing a 5. Nope. Oh, but he can re-roll ones. So this is still his first action. Still nothing. Second action. That's a 5. Third action. I'm only going to move him down here anyway, so I might as well take a shot at the other warrior, needing a 4. No. And then 2 actions down to there. Next, it's him again. Oh, I think I've got this in the bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just start getting people home. Dark Angel. 1, 2, 3. Well, I've got 2 people home at least. And that's the end of the round. So reanimation protocols for warriors will go. But we still have animation protocols on immortals. We've got loads of cards left in the Labyrinth deck. Time to reshuffle. I reckon this turn could be it. Hawklord. Getting some good luck here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. It's going to stay there. Just in case I get a double spawn on 3 and it blats. There's no point taking unnecessary risks. Yeah, he's going to stay there. Necrons. On 3. So that's actually a spawn right there. It's just a warrior. But if we get another spawn on 3 now, my Salamander's going to take a wound, see? And if my Hawklord had been there as well, that's 2 in risk. Dark Angel. Well, he can see this immortal, so he's going to take a shot at him. And that's a kill. I think we've got this. We've got this sussed now. He's got 3 actions left. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Necrons. Spawning on 6. That's over here. Necrons. Spawning on 2. Where's 2? 2's up here. I think these Necrons are too little too late. It's my White Scar. He's just going to nudge up. He's got nothing else he can do. It's my Hawklord. 1, 2, 3. He needs 4 spaces to get in. He's got a free shot. He might as well take it. Needing a 3. That's a 5. Pang! 1, 2, 3, 4. Necrons. Reinforcements on 1. And some salamander. 1, 2, and that is that. 4 heroes off the board, no skills used, no wounds taken. There was still 4 Necron cards in the deck. So this looks like I've done okay here, but that's actually worth noting. When you've got 4 Necron activations per turn, that means next turn would have been the last turn of the game regardless, and anybody still on the board at the point that Labyrinth deck runs out is dead. The Labyrinth shuts down, it locks them in, and they get swarmed by the Necrons and they're gone forever. So although I got 4 Marines out with no wounds taken and no special abilities used, it was a little bit closer than it might have looked. And if I'd got someone stuck out on the board, you know, if all your Necron cards turn up early in a round, like they did in one of the earlier rounds of this game, it could be the case that if you've got Marines on the board on the last turn and all 4 Necron cards turn up early, that's it. Those Marines are then lost. And it's worth noting that there's actually 1 challenge card that you can actually introduce to the game that adds 2 extra Necron activations per turn. So you're getting 6 Necron activations per turn. That's really going to ramp up the pressure and make it a lot more difficult because your timer is so much shorter. It's also worth noting that my Hawklord could still be standing on the terminal trying to roll a 6. That's my least favourite aspect of this game, is that when you're at the terminal, it's completely down to luck. There's 1 skill card that you can get, which is called the Blessing of the Omnissiah or something. And that card does make it so that for 1 round, you can activate the console on a 5 or 6 instead of a 6. And that's well worth taking if you get the opportunity to take it, just for mission 1 and 2 where there's a console to activate. But yeah, so it was closer than it could have been. There was a hairy moment earlier on here where I had 3 Marines standing around a portal that actually had an enemy on it. That's one of those situations where if you're unlucky and you get another spawn on that space, it's immediate splash damage on 3 Marines, and you can only take 2 wounds and then you're dead in this game. So that would have been a massive impact on how I played the game if I had 3 injured Marines on the board. But overall, I think that's the best start to the campaign that I could have hoped for. I think playing as a campaign, you do have to adjust how you play a little bit, because you do want to try and hold on to your skills. In a single game, you can just blitz your skills whenever you feel the need. But when you're playing a campaign, you really feel like you want to hold on to those extra skills as long as possible. And also, you do play a little bit more cautiously, because when you're playing a single adventure, it's okay to take a wound every now and again, but when your effect is persistent, when you're persistently wounded or killed and removed from the game, that can have a much more devastating impact on your subsequent games. So it is interesting to see how it changes. I think I was lucky with the Salamander. He rolled a lot of 6s. He's my least favourite character from the base game because his skill is so reliant on rolling a 6. But if you can pull it off at the right time, you can kill something like 4 Necrons in a single attack. So that's pretty good. But I guess that's all I've got to say for now. Hopefully, I didn't make any rules errors. There's always a chance when I'm doing these videos, because I'm worried about the camera, I'm worried about explaining what I'm doing, I'm trying to make sure that everything stays in shot and that things aren't going out of focus, and sometimes I can get a little bit distracted and I might overlook something, but I think we did okay. If I do notice anything in the edit, I'll put a little note in the description for the video. But otherwise, that is Mission 1 Rescue for my Space Marines Adventures campaign. The next campaign adventure will see us taking on the Recon mission from the expansions, and hopefully I can be as successful there as I was here. But that is it from me for now. If you have liked this video, please consider pressing the like button, and if you have really liked the video, please consider subscribing if you do not already do so, and hopefully I will see you all again very soon. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.